find other great podcasts like this one at podmoth.network.
What time is it? Let me check my watch. Oh, it's bone o'clock. In olden days, a glimpse of femur was only for morbid dreamers, but you're not alone. Bring anything bones. Two goofy gals with deathly interest go on a skeleton inquest in your headphones. Anything bones.
Hello and welcome to Anything Bones. I'm Sophie, too big for my britches, Schwartz.
And I'm Katelyn. God, I don't want to climb that rock. Heart.
You know what, Katelyn? For you, I won't make you climb that rock.
Thank you. Yeah, I tend to not like to clamber over rocks and things. I like a road.
You do. You like a leisurely hike, but not like
Yes.
a really intense one.
No, certainly not. I don't have the shoes or the stamina for it.
I mean, I like to clamber over a rock,
You
but I
do.
do not have the shoes for it. Yeah,
You
but I'll do it
don't.
in the other shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen you do some weird stuff in 4-inch heels.
Well, you know, that's a bit of my brand. I did almost really kind of hurt myself when we were on vacation in what was that place called? Seabrook?
Yeah.
Yes, the weird Corpo ghost town where there was a big chunk of driftwood tree, stump, big tree trunk stump out on the beach. And I decided in my 4-inch heels that I was going to climb onto the tree trunk stump, which all went fine. But it was when I was so inspired by Nick taking pictures of me with his fancy camera, which I cannot resist because I'm vain. I got so excited and inspired by that and the wind that I decided to jump off of the trunk stump.
Now I'm remembering this.
Yeah, and twisted up one of my ankles pretty good.
Yeah, that was that didn't look good.
It wasn't fun for the 10 minutes afterwards. It wasn't seriously injured at all. It was fine by the next day, but we had walked out to the beach a good ways, so then we were going to have to walk back, and I was like, oh man, I really fucked up. I am gonna have to walk all the way back to the place, all the way back to the car and then later back to the house. But it turned out being fine. But I just did walk it off and tried to act cool.
Yeah. It was close. It was good.
I was so close to acting cool. But then I scampered up the dunes to go find Nicholas because he disappeared in the dunes.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to frolic around a beach with your friends, even if it's so cold,
oh, so cold.
you can't feel your face. Just do it.
I loved our beach frolic. It was so much fun. And bring a camera, because just taking pictures of your friends being absolute goofballs is so much fun.
It never gets old. That's a product of the MySpace age, I feel like.
Yeah. The dregs of the MySpace age, early Facebook era. For me, Facebook now only serves as a weird archive of my middle school to high school, early college years.
Yeah, for sure. I wish I had not deleted my MySpace because I would love to see that now.
I tried to find my MySpace a couple of years ago, but I think they just went through and just was this account has been inactive for 12 plus years or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what happened to my Tumblr.
Shit. I never got into Tumblr.
Rip to a real one. Oh, well, God bless you. That thing was nothing but toxicity, that website.
I don't know what I was doing instead, but anyway.
Probably hanging out with people in real life.
Maybe. Oh.
Spicy. Katelyn was popular.
I don't know about that. Just likable, I think. Oh, no, cut that. That sounds not humble.
Why? I agree. You are very
okay,
likable.
All right, leave it in. Well, Boneheads, now would be the time that normally we would segue into some topics. But I don't know about you, Soph, but I got nothing.
Hold on. I'm looking in the bone chest. Fuck. Shit. Okay. All right. There's nothing.
Just a speck of dust?
Yeah. Just a single speck of dust. 1 second. I have a second bone chest. Let me just look in here. Fuck, Katelyn.
We got nothing in the archives?
It's a second speck of dust. Yeah.
We're going to try something different. We're going to flex those improv muscles if possible and throw a little research into it at the same time. So you want to tell them what we're going to do, Soph?
Yes. What we were thinking about doing for this lovely episode is that Katelyn and I have taken a couple days to ponder a possible topic for the other person. And what we're going to do is give each other our topics here on air, and then we're going to take 15 minutes to research our topics that we've chosen for each other, and then we are going to present them as we would normally. So that's the concept for today's show. Something a little bit different.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't pick like a topic. I picked like a concept.
Yeah, I picked a concept.
Okay.
Yeah. A prompt, if you will.
Okay.
So should I tell you what I would like to hear about?
Please. I let me get my phone. I'm going to write it down.
It's very easy.
Okay.
My prompt for you is Bronze Age.
Aha! Bronze Age, you say?
Yes. Katoon is always our resident true crime reporter. Katelyn is always on the scene, getting the scoop, hot and fresh, blood on the hands. So I was wondering if you could turn that to a bygone era.
Oh, I love that. I love the challenge, and I'm up for it.
Hell yeah.
My topic for you, if you're ready for it, and game.
Bitch, bring it.
Okay. My prompt for you is out of this world.
Okay. Out of this world.
And that could be physically, emotionally. I even would count like the deepest oceans as out of this world. So
okay, all right, out of this world. Okay, I'm churning it in my brain like butter. Shall we begin?
Yeah. Let me set a timer for 10 minutes. And we'll check in and see if we need more time.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my computer closer to me because usually I have myself like framed up nicely so like, Katelyn and I can see each other good. I'm fucking strapped in, let's do it.
Alright, so we're doing the research on our computers, not our phones.
You can do it on whatever is most comfortable for you. I do it on a little peek behind the curtain. Yeah. I do my research and then copy it all into a Google Doc on my computer, but then I read it off of my phone.
Interesting. Yeah.
So whatever is the most comfortable for you.
Yeah, I think for time, I think I will use the computer just for maximum speed.
For maximum support.
Yeah, this is going to be a test of my speed reading. And I mean, I don't know if I'll have more than one source, but I guess we'll find out.
That's the fun of this. We've never done this. We're play testing it right now, kind of.
Yeah, we're so ready to play.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm going to do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, go, and we'll start.
Okay, sounds good.
Right.
Wait.
Oh.
Out of this world. Yes. Go. We worked today.
Yeah, true.
And went out last night to the Stoner Chicks show.
Which was great, and I highly recommend that podcast and that group. If they perform again, I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go! "30 seconds!
All right. I'm good.
Alright, yeah, me too.
Alright.
Hold on, I just want to do one other thing. Get
I
out
would
of
prefer
here.
No, the ads are killing me, people. Oh my god.
Time!
Oh my god.
Are you stressed?
That was ridiculous.
Do you feel ready to improv about it?
I feel a little ready to improv about it.
Yeah, cool.
I forgot that I had something of a handicap in this game, which is that I am an extremely slow reader.
Yeah, but you did it. You killed it.
Ooh, don't say that yet.
Well, but I bet you did. I just bet you did.
Do you want to go first or should I?
Whatever you want. I'm down to go.
Yeah, why don't you lead us off?
Okay. You'll remember my topic was Bronze Age, everybody. So,
hell yeah.
So naturally, what do I search first? I search Bronze Age murder.
Yeah, we love it. Of course, because you can't stray too far from.
No, I have a niche and I like to stay there.
Hey, that's how you build a following.
So the article that I first was drawn to was from Gizmodo, and it's by George Dvorsky, and it was written in May 2019. 5,000-year-old grave reveals mass murder of a Bronze Age family.
Holy shit.
I have a picture.
Katelyn.
I have a picture.
You have a picture?
Yes. You're getting a shitty screenshot, but I'll make it good for the followers.
You'll jazz it up for the Instagram.
Hit up the lower left-hand corner. Sorry, right-hand corner.
Oh, faces!
Yeah.
Those people are screaming.
Yeah, very
or
scary.
It looks like they are. Yeah, so for our listeners, this is a pit full of bones.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen a lot of bone pits, but, like, this is a particularly good one. Because it's definitely, it's a lot of people. I see 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6,
15,
maybe 7 skulls. Oh my god!
15.
I was just counting skulls.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. So this was discovered in a southern Polish village called
Go with confidence.
Koszyce. Koszyce. It's spelled Koszce. You try and say it. Not you. The list. Not you. You know, somebody else.
Okay, because I can't.
No.
Yeah.
So this grave was discovered in 2011, and then it was radiocarbon dated to somewhere between 28800 and 2700. Oh my god, I can't talk. Okay, the grave was radiocarbon dated between 2880 and 2776 BC. And like I said, it had 15 men, women, and children in the pit, along with some grave goods.
Ooh, grave goods, you got my attention.
And all of the skeletons had severe cranial trauma.
No, oh no.
When they first arrived on the scene in 2011, several years too late.
Oh my god.
They couldn't figure out what the reason for them being killed was, and we probably will never know. The best guess is that they were killed during like a raid on their settlement.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
No witnesses?
No, they're all
no witnesses to talk to?
They're all in the wind for some reason. No one's talking.
Oh, that's crazy. No fingerprints?
No.
Where's the forensic evidence?
Yeah. Well, so some researchers from the University of Copenhagen, the University of Aarhus, and the Archaeological Museum in Poznan, Poland, they were the ones that genetically analyzed all the remains, and they published their findings in 2019 in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. So,
fancy.
Must be important. And their findings showed that these individuals were related. And it also showed that they were positioned in the grave according to their relationships.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. They were also, nobody had defensive wounds on them, so this suggests that they were executed.
Yeah. Oof. Ugh. Was this like a slaughter the whole village type thing?
It could have been. We have no idea.
They didn't find any more of these type of pits, maybe?
Not that I read in 15 minutes.
For sure.
So the people from the pit are, quote, associated with the globular amphora culture, which is a group that lived in Central Europe from around 3300 to 2700 BC. And like I said, they aren't really sure what happened, but they think that it had something to do with territories, you know.
Well, ain't that always the way? It's, you have land that I want. There's a good way to get you off that land. It's by putting you underneath it.
Yeah. It sounds like that was happening a lot in the Bronze Age with these, it says, early farmers were developing more complex societies. So as things got more complex, there were more killings.
I mean, yeah, that comes with like forming communities and societies and stuff.
So like
Bronze Age.
Yeah, Bronze Age. So like I said, they were buried kind of according to familial relationships. Quote, this is sad, so sorry. Mothers were buried with their children, and siblings were positioned next to each other. The oldest individual, for example, was buried alongside her 2 sons, aged 5 and 15. A woman in her early 30s was buried with her teenage daughter and 5-year-old son. 4 boys, all brothers, were laid down next to each other. Clearly, the bodies were buried by someone who knew the deceased.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was clearly done with intention and respect. And that leads everybody to believe that, their relatives or somebody did this. And because it was a lot of women and children, they think that the, fathers and older male relatives might have been the ones that buried them because it's mostly women and children.
Oh my God. I wonder if this is pure speculation.
Please,
archaeological
we're speculating. I think enough time has passed. It's okay.
But perhaps, all the dudes or people who were dudes at the time were off doing something, maybe hunting. I know that the hunter-gatherer distinction has definitely been disproven to a certain extent, but perhaps a group of men were off doing whatever, and then the people who perpetrated this terrible murder were oh, I see that all the dudes are away. Let's do a terrible murder.
Yeah.
And then they come home to find their families slaughtered.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Sucky.
Oh, the Bronze Age was rough, you guys.
Yeah, I don't miss it.
Katelyn, you and I had fun in the Bronze Age, but God, it was rough.
Oh my God. The last thing I'll say about this horrible pit, is that one adult female in the mass grave was not related to anybody in the group, but she was positioned close to one of the young men, which, quote, suggests she may have been as close to him in life as she was in death.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, before I part, I did find another article that I just want to mention, because I felt okay, I'm interested in this murder, but was it, I kind of in the middle, I was should I just see if there's any other topic that would be interesting? And then I found this article from The Guardian. Bronze Age Britons made keepsakes from parts of dead relatives, archaeologists say. And I feel like we've talked about this a little bit before. So we know that some cultures and time periods, people would use parts of their relatives that had died generations ago or whatever to make things. Yeah. So this isn't something we've never heard of, but I thought it was interesting.
I'm interested.
Yeah. I liked this quote about the whole thing. Quote, it's indicative of a broader mindset where the line between the living and the dead was more blurred than it is today. There wasn't a mindset that human remains go in the ground and you forget about them. They were always present among the living.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and
that's a warmer, fuzzier version of Memento Mori.
It is, yes, it is definitely. And then the article drew the parallel to people who keep their loved ones' ashes in their home or something like that. It's keeping your person with you in a way. Some of the things they found I just want to mention because that was really what got me.
Yeah.
So a lot of these pieces they find as grave goods, but they also find them at home, buried under floors, and placed on display.
See, that's your 3 types of people. There you have just kind of your very basic, I keep my dead relative at home. Then you have, a bit of secretive, a little bit more sophisticated, I buried mine under the floor.
Yeah,
and
sorry about it.
What was the last one?
Placed on display. So I am proud of this.
So exactly. This is no humble shrine hidden off in a far off room. This is the first thing you see when you come in my house. It's Grandpa's hand.
So I'm going to end with a quote from this Guardian article. It's a longer one, but it's chock full of bones.
Please.
Quote, one remarkable item found with a man buried near Stonehenge in Wiltshire turned out to be a whistle made from a carved and highly polished human thigh bone. Dating suggests it belonged to someone who lived around the same time. Meanwhile, at Windmill Fields, Stockton-on-Tees, whatever that means, a woman was buried with skulls and limb bones from at least 3 other people who died an estimated 60 to 170 years before her. Oh, and nearby was what appears to be a ceremonial box of bones, all of a similar age to those buried with the woman. End quote.
Oh my god. Oh, delicious. I can't believe that's how you ended. Like, oh my god. Okay, let's break that down. So first, let's talk for a second about the man who has a whistle made of a thigh bone.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty great. I would like one. You know, if someone has one lying around, it's a novelty item. I mean, I'm not going to play it in the pet band, but like, you know, I would love it to have it on a display. I guess I'm that person. And then, okay, so then a woman is buried with bones that are 60 to 100 years, died 60 to 100 years before she died.
Pretty much.
So, like, those have to be heirlooms. Those have to be, at least your great or grandparent.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't say anything about if they were, like, related to each other, unfortunately, or if it did, I didn't read that far.
Maybe it's a religious thing.
Yeah, who knows? Well, there's also, it said ceremonial box of bones around the same age, so it's like, that seems to be...
I haven't even gotten to that, yeah.
Seems pretty ritualistic.
Definitely. I wonder, around what time period were these people buried, did you say?
Bronze Age?
We're still in the Bronze Age?
Yeah.
Okay. Duh. Yeah, I wonder if that was a pagan thing.
Unclear, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love what I learned in
amazing.
15 minutes, baby. Thanks for taking me down there.
Yeah, see, it only takes 15 minutes, and you did such a great job digging through the Bronze Age. You did put your journalist hat on, and you got the scoop from all the way back when. And you know what, Katelyn? I think we'll catch this killer.
I think so, too. With any luck.
We have all the evidence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They're out there. They're sweating.
Yeah. They're very nervous.
We've got you. We've fucking got you dead to rights. Mm-hmm. I'll see your ass in jail.
Got you, pal.
Bronze Age group of warriors. Well, I actually hear some Bronze Age warriors knocking at my door, so I think I need to go deal with that. Do you mind if we listen to an ad?
No, not at all. I hope they're polite.
Let me get my sword real quick. Hey, what the fuck, guys?
Memento Mori, an object serving as a warning or reminder of death. Death is inevitable, but how it happens can be tragically unfair. It can be dark, cruel, hateful, or just plain bizarre. I'm Megan, and I'll be your guide through these stories of chaos and devastation. Come listen as we dive into all types of true crime cases and learn about the evil that lurks among us as well as the victims that deserved none of it. You can go to mementomoripod.com for more information. Monsters are real, and they look like people.
Back, you heathens! Back, you heathens!
No! Stay away from my friend!
Yeah, you tell him, Katelyn. Oh, I just pushed the last of them out the door there. Oh, well, you know, sometimes when you raid a Bronze Age tomb, some may get mad at you.
Karma's a bitch.
I know. I knew better. We have a policy against raiding tombs on this podcast. All right. So, when you said to me, out of this world, I was thinking, well, the first thing I thought was space. And then I was like, too obvious. Use your A to C thinking. And then I was like, what feels out of this world to me? What feels unearthly? And I came up with caves.
Yes, I'm here for it.
Yes. To me, nothing is more like unearthly, unsettling than being in a deep, dark cave.
Well, it's like you could just keep going and like no one's gonna find you.
Yeah, and to me it becomes it becomes another world down there. You could be anywhere in the universe when you're trolling through a cave. So I decided to pick a couple of interesting caves for us to take a look at. I have a couple sources here. I have a source from ranker.com. We have one from dive.site. And then we may talk about one from howstuffworks.com if there's time for it.
Oh.
So this one, the first one we're going to talk about is Eagle's Nest Sinkhole.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god. Sinkholes are so fucking weird and crazy, and you just never know where one's going to get you.
They do freak me out that they could perhaps form anywhere. Like, I know there's places where it's like, this is a sinkhole area. But, like, have you ever seen those videos of, like, roads that have a sinkhole in the middle of them? Like, what the fuck is going on there? Freaky. So this sinkhole, I just want you to guess, where do you think it is in the world?
Oh my god, what's it called again?
Eagle's Nest Sinkhole.
East coast of the United States?
Ooh, yeah.
Really?
It's in Florida, baby.
Pretty close, yes.
That's the East Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the South, but...
Yeah, cool, thanks.
Okay, so this sinkhole is the Mount Everest of cave diving.
Oh my god.
To the outside world, when you just come upon it, it literally kind of just looks like a pond. This is what we were talking about. Like, it just looks like a pond. But this is the kind of pond where you could step into it cartoon style and disappear.
Yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye. You're fucking done. Because this thing has, like, a series, it's a sinkhole that leads down into a series of underwater passages. Oh, Katelyn just is fully shivered by that.
Oh.
She does not like underwater passages.
No, that's too mysterious.
Yeah, and it can reach depths of about 300 feet.
God.
So when I say you're bye-bye, you're bye-bye.
No one's gonna ever find you down there.
No, they're really not. Because like I said, there's a lot of passageways in this sinkhole cave. Basically, the descent goes into a chimney. I love all these caving terms. Which then opens up into a larger cavern called the main ballroom.
The ballroom, huh?
The main ballroom.
Sorry, there's multiple ballrooms in this underground fucking mansion.
Yeah, there are. There literally describes as tunnels and crannies.
Ugh.
Can you imagine being in an underwater cranny?
This is giving me, like, Paris catacomb vibes, but, like, somehow worse.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty bad because, like, a number of factors, like, there have been people who have had accidents diving this sinkhole before.
Sure.
And those accidents are kind of contributed to, like, you have a guideline when you're diving these caves so you don't get lost. And sometimes that can fail. You can lose visibility and get lost because there's a lot of sediment down there. So you can basically kick up a cloud and lose yourself. And there's also, the fact that you're diving underwater. So, like, if you get lost, you're limited on your oxygen situation.
Yeah, shit.
So you're kind of always on a clock. So from the terrifying waters of Eagle Nest sinkhole, why don't we take a break? Let's go somewhere relaxing.
Okay. Hawaii?
No. Let's go to the Hellfire Caves.
Oh my god.
These are also known as the West Wycombe Caves, and they're in England, and it's a network of chalk and flint caverns that extends about a quarter of a mile underground. And they were excavated by Francis Dashwood in the mid-1700s. And he is the co-founder of the Hellfire Club, which is a secret society that would have meetings in these caves.
Dude, it's not worth it.
Oh, no, it is. It's worth making a flint mine to have a fun place to smoke opium with your friends.
Okay, all right. I don't know about that.
No, I'm not endorsing that. But basically, the members of this club were all like politically and socially like very well connected throughout the 1700s. And the group's reputation is basically that of like being one of those, like, when you think of like secret society, this is what you're thinking of. Like, we got dark robes, we got weird rituals, we got like devil worship, like quote unquote Satanism, you got like naked people, blood, like
Caves.
The whole 9 yards. Caves, and it's all, and think about it, it's all happening in a cave.
Yeah.
This club was dissolved in 1766.
Damn it.
But a lot of, I know. Well, it's a bunch of men being gross.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to go anyway.
Underground together. We wouldn't have been invited anyway.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
this not cool enough for us.
not our scene. Yeah, not cool enough for us. Yeah, exactly. You have just one dark robe? Bitch, my whole wardrobe is dark robes. Oh, you had a little blood? I have a lot of blood about once a month. What do you think about that? You little preppy little bitch boy, Hellfire boys?
Go back in your tomb and stay there.
Yeah, crawl back into your cave. Little floppy boys.
You got him.
Thank you. I did get them. So a lot of people think that like members of the club still went down there to like get up to whatever, but basically they were officially disbanded. But then the caves began operating again in 1951 as a tourist attraction.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and people loved these caves, except for one like kind of like tiny thing, which was that there was a lot of like strange echoes and mysterious apparitions.
No. Fuck.
It was like super haunted.
Yeah, definitely. Some bad stuff happened down there.
Yeah. And I mean, you know it's legit because both Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures, the TV shows, have both checked it out.
Oh yeah, that's the holy duo. Sorry. I wanted to say
No, it's the holy duo of ghost hunting programming.
Yeah. It's the holy
Or the unholy duo.
It's the holy trinity, those two and these fucking caves in England. That's the trinity.
That's how you make a perfect ghost hunting show. Is you follow the triangle, you guys.
Yeah.
If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. So, from the Hellfire Caves of England, let's scoot our little boots over to Russia.
Okay, if you insist. I kind of hate them.
We have to.
I kind of hate the country as a whole right now, not the people. Just one person in particular.
Yes, one very difficult man. I just wanted to mention this cave because it is a gypsum crystal cave. So it's full of like big, beautiful, sparkly crystals.
Cool.
And it's one of the longest underwater caves on Earth. It's called Orda Cave, Orda Cave. And because of the gypsum rocks, the water is like super clear and really, really cold. It's usually about 40 degrees, the water. So that would probably be pretty uncomfortable to be in. The reason I wanted to talk about it is because it has a spirit in it.
Oh my god. Of course.
Which is called the Lady of the Cave.
Of course she is.
Which I'm like, where do I submit my application for that? Like, where do I become the Lady of the Cave? Like, is there a cave that needs a lady? Like, do I have to find the cave? Does the cave find me?
Oh yeah, that's an interesting point. I guess you have to start cave hunting.
Yeah. But, so will you come with me if I start cave hunting?
Maybe.
No. That seems like a no.
Well, it's no fun if we find it together.
But
Then we have to share it. I feel like if you want to be the Lady of the Cave.
Oh, any title I have, I'd share with you.
Okay. All right.
Plus, it's half the work.
True.
Because she does do stuff.
Oh.
She does have a job. The Lady of the Cave, she takes the form of, like, a young woman in a white gown because no other outfit is acceptable for ghosts.
No one died in anything else.
No one died in anything else. If you see a ghost wearing something else, That's a person trying to trick you.
That is a hologram. Turn around.
Turn around. You've been rused. So she is said to protect and guide divers who explore the cave. So she's kind of a benevolent ghost. Unfortunately, like all of us, she's good at her job, but she's had some bad days.
Oh.
There have been a fair few people who have gotten lost in this cave system and met their untimely end.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering where the bones were going to come in.
I just feel bad for the lady of the cave on that one, because if there were two ladies of the cave, perhaps that kind of stuff wouldn't happen.
Yeah, she's lonely.
She is. She can't do it all.
No, and people keep exploring these beautiful caves, being lured in.
Yeah, right? Ugh. Well, speaking of people exploring caves, when I was exploring caves to find caves for this, in the 15 minutes in which we researched, I looked at an article called The Most Haunted Caves. And to my surprise, I have been to one of the most haunted caves.
Oh my god. In California?
Hell yeah, bitch.
Oh my god.
This is a place called the Moaning Caverns. And I have been there.
Whoa. Did you hear Moaning Myrtle from Harry Potter?
No. Yeah, there was a British woman in these California caves, and she was real upset. She kept crying and going in and out of the toilet.
What else are you going to do in the Moaning Cavern?
Over yourselves. Yeah, it's named for that because, the way the air passes, the way the wind passes through the caverns makes a... And this contributes to the legends around it because, before we kind of figured that out, people were like, I hear someone wailing like crazy in there. And then they'd go in there and they'd be like, oh, there's no one in here. Oh no,
yeah,
fully shivered.
It's even worse than I thought.
Yeah, I don't like that. And people around the cave have also heard echoes of what sounds like hammering against the rocks. There's a local cryptid that is said to live in this cave.
Oh my god.
Which is like a what this article says, and this is something I had not heard of. This was not on the tour, you guys. From what I remember when I was 10. It's a leprechaun-like creature. I'm not sure what that means, because a leprechaun is just kind of like a small person with magical powers. But this creature is known as Tommy Knockers. Which I think is offensive. If someone came up to me and was like, do you want to see Tommy Knockers? I'd be like, absolutely not.
No.
You keep that
Get
to
away
yourself,
from me.
whatever it is. Yeah. I don't know if that's the top or the bottom, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see your Tommy Knockers, whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, I didn't see Tommy Knockers when I went there. I was only a kid.
It's probably good that you didn't.
Yeah. There's also, people have seen apparitions of gold miners, because that's gold country. So, some dipshit dude was just walking through, fell down the cavern, because it's it's a cave, but from the top of it, it just looks like a hole. Like many caves, it just looks like a hole. So, if what I remember is correct, because we went a couple of times. My family went on vacation to the same gold mining-esque town called Twainhart, every year until my, teenhood.
Huh.
Yeah, and we loved it. We did, the same 10 things, and it was amazing. But, I seem to remember some story that, they had found maybe a skeleton at the bottom of this cavern of someone who had just fallen, just, straight down the hole.
I believe it.
Which is a bad day.
Yeah, that's probably I hope that's a quick death. Ugh.
I would hope so too, but you get that terror of falling down the hole, which is my worst nightmare.
Yeah, I didn't realize this had changed to anything shivers.
Yeah, ooh, seems like Halloween is coming early.
Halloween in April, motherfuckers.
Halloween in April. We just have 2 more caves to cover. So the next one that I want to talk about is Jacob's Well.
Okay.
And this is in Texas, because, Texas has to get into it. This is another one of these underwater caves. They freak me out, and I think to me they are the most out of this world.
Okay.
Like, just the setting of someone diving in these caves, to me feels like what I feel like floating in space would be like, but like more confined. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like you're out there, no one can get to you.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way. So Jacob's Well is an artisan? How do you say that? Artesian.
Okay.
Spring. So Jacob's Well is by most like cave divers considered to be one of the most dangerous like cave dives that you can do, because it's another one of these that has a lot of like underground maze like chambers. So like you have to really study like the map of these chambers, because it has this in the 3rd chamber of this underwater cave, there is a fake exit.
What?
I know, how cruel of nature.
That's freaky.
Like, right? That's why I put this one in, because that got me fully shivered. I was like, because imagine you're going that, you're like, okay, like, I'm like about to be through the 3rd chamber, like, I'm almost like to the next part of the cave, and then you reach like a wall, and you're just like, oh god, oh my goodness. There's also a super dangerous and extremely narrow passage that's called the Birth Canal.
No. Thank you. No, boys. Don't call it that.
You literally, you have to take off your tank and like push it through like in front of you, because it's that narrow.
It's not worth it.
You can't go through with anything on your back or anything like that. You literally have to squeeze yourself through. Can you imagine getting stuck?
No. And then you're like, why am I here?
Why am I here? Was it worth it? Where is Jacob? I've been looking for this damn Jacob in this goddamn well.
Him.
I can't not find him. So as you can imagine, with passages this tiny, there have been almost a dozen deaths of divers to this cave, which is super unfortunate. And a lot of people have had near-death experiences, which always fascinate me, because people always say they see all sorts of nutso, butso stuff,
right,
when like all the chemicals in your brain are firing. But that's Jacob's Well, which brings us to our very last cave.
The Cave of Wonders?
Very nearly.
Oh my god.
Let me just send you something.
Oh.
I can have pictures too.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we're talking about it.
I've seen this before, haven't I?
You absolutely have. You and I have talked about this cave.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, this is Mexico's giant crystal cave.
Go ahead and just tell these people, blow their asses out their minds. I mean, blow their minds out their asses.
Either way, baby. This is a cave full of giant pillars of gypsum. And it's beautiful. And you'll see the picture on Instagram. It's literally like, go look at the crystal that I know that you have over on your witchy altar, and then size that up by 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this cave is about 984 feet underground, and it is inside of a mountain in Mexico. And these crystals have been growing here for about 500,000 years. This cave is super beautiful, but it is incredibly deadly.
Yeah, you can't go in there without a lot of specialized equipment.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically like this giant U-shaped cavity in the limestone, and it is about 98 feet long by 33 feet wide, and it was filled with water for like tens of thousands of years. But then they decided to pump out the water when they were exploring this cave. Now, the temperatures in this cave can get up to 136 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's hot. Hot as hell.
It's hot as fucking hell down there. So the reason that you cannot go into this cave is because of the humidity, actually. This place is so humid that, like, if you were to go in there without any equipment, you would risk basically fluid condensing inside of your lungs and drowning you.
It's so chilling. So horrifying.
It's so horrifying. I mean, this place is amazing. It was discovered in 1910 by a mining company, and it was originally dubbed the Cave of Swords.
Yeah, I see that.
Which I just love because I really want a sword. But you cannot have these. But I just love that this is a place that is so incredibly beautiful, but you cannot go there.
You can't go there. It'll liquefy your lungs.
It is the Forbidden Crystal Cave. Oh, do not go to the Forbidden Crystal Cave. Because that's what I was really thinking when I was thinking out of this world.
Yeah.
Was that fucking cave.
I love it. Yeah.
It looks like a whole other planet.
It does. It does. It looks like an alien planet or an alien cave.
Yeah, it is an alien cave. It feels that way from the description of it, you know? Because you gotta basically, like, put on what is almost a spacesuit to go in there.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was, like, filled with water, and then to, like, go, like, do science in there, they had to pump all of the water out. And then they figured out, oh, shit, you can drown in here without any water at all.
Yikes. Well, on that happy note, thanks for hanging in for our new format. We might do this again sometime. I don't know. This was pretty fun.
Yeah, let us know if you liked it, if you like this format. And go ahead and go give us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify if that's your preferred listening method.
Yeah, we love you. Remember to appreciate your bones and voyage. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Anything Bones. Follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Anything Bones Podcast, or email us at anythingbonespodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you to Nick Kruger for our spooky music and Stephen Vetteroff
At Chubby Scrubby on Twitter.
for our jazzy vocals, and thank you to Camilla Franklin
At Camilla Strader on Instagram.
for our beautiful boney artwork. Please rate, review, and subscribe. I don't want to see your Tommy knockers, whatever the fuck that is.